Today I'm going to give you a secret. The secret to unlock the potential. The potential that you have is already within you. It's not in a book, not in any programs, not in somebody else's advice. It's hidden in your own experiences. My name is Hitesh Bhatia. I'm a past life regression therapist. I run a community called Joining Hands for 24,000 people who are in the energy healing space. What I'm going to tell you today is something I learned over the last 10 years. I struggled, I failed, I succeeded, and after all of this, I understood this. I want to talk about something that's always overlooked. We never really value it. Self-reflection. Life moves really fast. We're constantly jumping from one task to another. We're jumping from one reel to another, one video to another, one challenge to the next. How often do we pause? Pause and ask ourselves, what have I learned from this? How did this experience shape me? What could I do differently the next time? Self-reflection is the practice of looking inward to understand our actions, our choices, our experiences. When done consistently, it becomes a superpower. It's the cape that you wear. You don't need to be a superhero. This is your superpower. It becomes a superpower helping us grow, make better decisions, and align with our true selves. In this video, we're going to explore the power of self-reflection. By the end, you'll have practical tools to help you learn from your experiences and use them as a stepping stone for a better future. Let's begin the journey. Why does self-reflection matter? Why is self-reflection so important? People talk about meditation. You know, it's very funny, and I understood this after a lot of hard work. Meditation is different from dhyan. In English, we call it meditation. In Hindi, we call it dhyan. The British taught us that, oh, it's meditation. No, it's different. Dhyan is focus. Focus on yourself. Let's start with a very simple question. Why is self-reflection so important? The British came to India and found we Indians are sitting in dhyan. Oh, this is what is meditation. No. Meditation is different from dhyan. Dhyan is focus. The Western concept of meditation is very different. When we focus on ourselves, we reflect on our experiences. Every experience in our life that we go through has something good or bad to teach us. As a regression therapist, I learned in every experience, three things happen: conclusion, decision, acting out. From every experience, we come to a conclusion. When I eat wasabi or I ate a karela, I was like, bleh. What's my conclusion? Sour, bitter, I don't like this taste. What's the decision? I'm never going to eat something like this. The acting out, I always avoid wasabi and karela. This is a simple thing. Look at the experiences you're going through in your life and what is it teaching you. Without self-reflection, these lessons often go unnoticed. We repeat the same mistakes time and time again, stay stuck in the same patterns, and miss the opportunities to grow. It is so important to ask ourselves, what are we learning, or what is this experience teaching us? Think of it like this. Life is a constant feedback loop. Every challenge, every success, every failure is giving us information. Self-reflection is the process of decoding that information so you can grow and evolve. Here's another example. A friend of mine used to struggle with procrastination. He was always lazy. Arey kuch nahi Hitesh yaar. I want to go to the gym. I want to go for a walk. I want to better my life. I want to practice photography. I keep getting stuck in Instagram reels. After reflecting on why it is happening, she realized it wasn't just laziness. Yeah, it wasn't just laziness. It wasn't lack of motivation. It was a fear of failing. Because she had failed in the past, she thought, if I do things again, I will fail again, so what's the point? In the past, she failed in school once. She had worked hard, but she failed. For whatever reason, in that failure, she created a conclusion, decision, and acting out happened. What's the use of doing something, of working hard, if I have to fail? Once she understood that pattern, she could address the root cause. And instead of fighting the symptoms, She now lives a fabulous life. She started learning. The last I spoke to her, she said, Hitesh, I'm learning to ride an Enfield. We have this group of ladies where we want to go on a road trip. Self-reflection isn't about judgment or self-criticism. It's about curiosity and learning. It's about being aware. It's about being aware of what these experiences, what these things in life are teaching you. The next part is, how do you practice self-reflection? Yeah, it's important. How do you practice it? Do I need to go to see a therapist? Do I need to meditate? Do I need to levitate? No, you don't need to do any of this. To practice self-reflection starts with very basic things. The first thing is asking the right questions. What are the questions that you can use? I'm going to give you a few questions to guide you. When you sit down, ask yourself, what went well today and why? The second thing you can ask yourself, what did not go as planned and what can I learn from it? When I'm making this video, I often ask myself, what is working and what is not working? When I ask myself what is not working, I'm trying to put on a jacket. I'm trying to do different lightings, a different camera. When I see what's working, I'm seeing what am I learning from it. When I'm seeing what's not working, I'm also seeing what am I learning from that. Then another question to ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my values? This is really important because we all have these non-negotiable values. I will not cheat is part of my ethics. I might lie, but I will not cheat is part of my values. I will not sell a product which is substandard is part of my values. When I know my values and I ask myself, am I living in alignment with my values? It helps me understand how to fine-tune my day and how to fine-tune myself. Take a moment and write these down at the end of each day. What's working and what can I learn from it? What didn't go as planned? What can I learn from it? And always ask yourself at the end of each day, am I living in alignment with my values? My value is to live life fully. It's not to chase a 9-to-6 job. My value is to attract and not chase. I ask myself at the end of each day, am I attracting or am I chasing? A second trick over here is to journal. We always misunderstand and we never value journaling. We think, what is journaling? It's writing. It's something I did in school as kids do. Journaling is so much more than that. When you write down your thoughts, you're processing your experiences. You're letting the words flow. You're not overthinking. So when you sit down with a pen and paper and you write down, what did not go as planned today? What can I learn from it? You're not sitting and thinking, oh my God, I did not go to the gym today. You're actually learning and letting the energy of the thoughts and emotions flow. If you're reflecting on a tough conversation, how do I tell my boss I want to resign? Or how can I tell my partner, my spouse, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, that I do not like what they do, or I do not like a particular way they treat me? When you start journaling, it starts coming up in a very different way. You can actually journal your thoughts and say, today my boyfriend or my partner said so and so, I did not like it. It did not go as planned. And you journal it, it gives you the direction you need to take to deal with it. The last bit over here is self-reflection time. This is not meditation. You might say, oh, my me time is watching reels. That's not your me time. That's your running away time. My me time is going cooking. That's not your me time. Your me time is when you sit down and do nothing. You could put on some music, but don't put music where you're going to sing and dance to. Just put some music that is soothing. You might light a candle. You might do what you want in the space, but you sit down maybe 5 to 10 minutes to begin with. You can take this to as high as 30 to 45 minutes. I've been told, oh, I don't have 30 minutes. Start small. Start with 2 to 3 minutes. Doing nothing. Put the phone on flight mode. Put it in another room. This is your self-reflection time. A great thing to do is either do this at the start of the day or at the end of the day. Before you go to bed, put your phone to charge, do your reels, check your WhatsApp, answer your emails, do all of that. Sit down 2 to 3 minutes and reflect on your day. You can ideally set aside an agenda every day to do this. When I started to do self-reflection, I found it very difficult. What I did is I would go to the washroom, sit on the pot. Yeah, sounds funny. I would leave my phone outside with my pants on, sit on the pot and say, this is my time. These are some small tricks. What this helps is set aside some time every month to reflect on bigger questions. What is my goal in life? What is my purpose in life? What are my values? This will help you stay focused and live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. There will be resistance, and let's talk about that. How do you handle resistance to reflection? I can actually do an entire video on how the human body is designed to offer resistance. Our pineal gland, our third eye, is not just something we read about in the mythological texts or people tell us in the temples or religion tells us. The pineal gland is a very powerful gland. It's where the reflection happens. But the human body isn't designed like that. And this is science. I've learned this science. The human body doesn't work the way to do self-reflection. If you'd like a video on that, put it in the comments and I'll definitely make one more about that. How do you overcome resistance to reflection? I don't have time to reflect, Hitesh. It's so difficult. How to self-reflect? Every time I start looking at self-reflection, my mind starts overthinking. Again, I've heard that statement so many times. You don't need time to reflect. You don't need that. You don't need to say, in my calendar, I will set aside 15 minutes to reflect. No. If you want to reflect, you just stand now, put this video on pause and sit, go to the pot, do whatever you want, drop whatever you're doing and sit and reflect. If you don't do self-reflection, you're going to keep repeating the same mistakes, stay stuck, and then come and tell me, Hitesh, my life is a mess. Yeah. A common resistance is fear. Why fear? Self-reflection makes us uncomfortable. It tells us the truth about our choices. Why I did not self-reflect? Because I used to smoke. When I smoked, I knew I was weak. I knew smoking causes cancer. Smoking can have so many side effects. But I did not want to confront. I was scared of being weak. I did not want to confront my weakness. I didn't want to confront my bad habits. I didn't want to confront how my relationships weren't working. But remember, growth starts where comfort ends. That midpoint is not very long. It's a small jump from comfort to where growth happens. Embrace those uncomfortable moments as an opportunity to learn and grow. Start small, 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes, then build on that. If you feel you have too much resistance, you can watch one of my videos on Ho'oponopono, on EFT. These are great tools to overcome resistance. Let's do a quick recap of what we understood today. Self-reflection is the practice of learning from experiences. It helps you grow, align your true self, and create a life that is meaningful and purposeful. Here's your challenge. Take 5 minutes today to reflect on your week. Don't start by today. Reflect on your week. Write down the lesson you've learned and one small change you want to make moving forward. If the video resonates with you, share it with someone who you think would benefit from it. Give me a heart, give me a like. I love feedback. And remember, your experiences are your greatest teacher. Only if you take time to listen. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Hitesh Bhatia.